Today we're at the home of Elder Toby, who is a reincarnation therapist. It deals with past life regression therapy, and we've come to chat to him and find out a little bit about what he does and his message for humanity in these times. Right. Today Freedom Central is talking to Elder Toby, who is a reincarnation therapist and also does past life regression therapy. And I first want to ask you about your website, To Be or Not to Be. And I absolutely love that because Hamlet is one of my favorite Shakespearean plays, and that's from his soliloquy where he's talking about or discussing and debating whether or not he should kill himself.
Yes.
And there's a brilliant line in there which actually says, he questions what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, which very much is in relation to what you do. What dreams do come when we have passed from this realm into the next, when we have passed from living into death?
Well, actually, it rather depends on the way people die. Your thoughts will create the environment. It's the same like if a Christian dies and if he's expecting to see Jesus Christ, he might see Jesus Christ. If a Buddhist hopes to see Buddha, he might see Buddha. Because that's part of the structure you're expecting. But if there's a violent death, if people are unconscious or if they had trauma, there's a good chance that they come up with very strong belief systems like I'll never get out of here, something like that, which might create an experience where they keep wandering and get lost, things like that. But immediately the idea of time will be different. What you often get is that people, they don't realize they're dead. The exact moment of death is beyond them. They don't seem to be aware of it. It's like they become wandering. And then they realize that they're at some point that they are not in connection with the people they used to be with. You can ask, for example, if there's anything that they're attached to. And if they're full of hatred or very jealous, things like that, there might be a very good reason for them to stay. It can also be love. If they have a beloved one there, they do not want to part, and they don't know how, probably. So what you might get is that the whole idea of space-time will be different, and it's a process. The way you die, if you do it gloriously, it may be a glorious path. If you are ready for it, you can pass on, let's put it like that. And if you fight against it, or if you're very afraid, your experiences will continue, but then in fear. What happens when you die? I just think the spirit leaves the body. What you hear people describing is they look at themselves from a distance, often from above. And also very often they have a kind of overview of their life. Sometimes what you hear about people, like in a few seconds you see all the really important things in your life, they just flash through your mind. And that's actually, it's a process that can take a long time for people, but again, time doesn't make a difference anymore. You're experiencing similar things but without the physical, and at the same time people also can feel the relief, and it can be a very, very beautiful experience as well, and they can really experience freedom. And what they can also experience is that wherever you put your focus on, you can move towards. That's something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Also, you do past life regression.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, do you think it's beneficial to know what our past lives are? For some reason, those who have incarnated here in the third density have very much of a struggle to remember their past lives. And it seems to play out, our past lives seem to sometimes play out now the way we are here. Do you reckon it's wise to find out about your past lives? Can it not be damaging to some people?
I've never heard it could be damaging, unless maybe they've just figured out something which is not well done. Yeah, so it may be based on some wrong information. Mm. But in general, I think it can be extremely helpful for a variety of reasons. I think it's very important, if you want to get to know yourself, it's important to know your past lives, because sooner or later everybody will get the question, who am I, why am I here, where am I going? And it's like, it will also make you understand how fair things are. There is a balance. Some people might wonder, why am I born in this family? Why am I not born as a prince? Or something like that. But all these themes, you will find answers if you also get an insight in the events that preceded it. Yeah? And it's like you become to see a bigger picture, and you become much more aware of your themes. And if people experience themselves as victim, for example, in their lives, at some point it may be very helpful that when they've been working through it, that at some point also they experience themselves with all their anger that has been buried inside. And when they start speaking out about their anger, they may experience themselves as a perpetrator or somebody who has committed things to others. And that's why they decided, I don't want to have this power of these possibilities anymore. I need to, they take blame on them. And that's why they experience exactly what they've asked for. So if you see a bigger pattern, it will give you many clues. And it will make it much more difficult to point at people and to, how do you call it, condemn them, for example. So I think you'll become much more accepting of other people, and it's much easier to love people as well, and to love yourself, and to forgive yourself for things you think you might have done wrong and things like that. So that's just that's one reason. It might also show you why you are meeting certain people in your life, and why you keep having the same experience over and over again.